I think it's time we talk about the economy. Imagine for a second that you were giving total control of the economy of the United States. Your decisions made or broke people, and inflation was rising, and you had to make some tough decisions. And you had two choices. One, you could sell off all the assets on your balance sheet that should have never been there in the first place, that you had to print, which created the inflation to buy. You could roll those off. You could cut the government off from spending money that they don't have. And you would roll the balance sheet off kind of in the background. Less effect on people. Maybe some effect on the value of the assets that you're holding as you flood the market with them. But once they're sold, you destroy that money and you've pulled trillions of dollars out of the economy. Or you could raise interest rates and destroy the assets that every bank owns. You could put the entire economy on the brink. You could lock up lending. You could destroy real estate. You could instill fear in everybody. And you could use your power to be a destructive force to destroy everything. Why would you make the second choice? Who does that benefit? Where does that motivation come from? And why is that the route we've chosen in the United States? It's not time to fear. We're going to awaken some hope. I'm Josh Bickford. Choice two comes from a very, very dark place. That's not the choice you make if you're about giving life, if you're about abundance. That is about theft. That is about destruction. That is about fear. That is chaos. These are things that we didn't used to deal with in the open, and now they're everywhere, it feels like. It reminds me of so many movies that I've seen where you are watching a group of people and they're in a raft and they're going down a river and they're having a good time. The sun is shining. The trees and nature are just beautiful. And they barely notice when the water starts to pick up and the current speeds up. And before you know it, they're in for the fight of their lives. They're in rapids and the boat is taking on water and everybody in the boat is freaking out. And we all know how that scene ends. They all end in some beautiful pond with trees around. There's always a waterfall and it's peaceful and it's calm and it's beautiful. And it's like you'd never get to that spot without enduring those rapids. And the people who, fall out of the boat or they don't make it through the rapids are the ones who are totally focused on that and they're terrified out of their minds. And the guide is always the person who is telling them to look downstream, to find the safe path, to locate the dangers ahead and to avoid them, and reminding them constantly that goodness is coming, that there's something beautiful at the end of this. It's not trail because you're on the water, but at the end of this river, the end of this stream, there is goodness. And right now we are about to hit those rapids as a country. And we're going to see it everywhere. It is going to be a very scary time for a lot of people. There are dark times, if you will, ahead. We are going to be operating in the shadows. We don't have to. You can choose light. You can choose life. You can choose abundance. In recession, there is always wealth that is built. New ideas solve old problems. The people who are looking forward to what lies ahead change the world, and the people who are looking backwards to the way it used to be fall out of the boat. I don't want you to fall out of the boat. So real quick, let's talk about what this looks like. In banking and investment, do you want chaos or do you want peace? There's going to be a lot of chaos in the stock market, in the investment world. Lots of chaos, and there is complete peace with treasury bills, with great state tax-free returns. There's a lot of sleep that is going to be had by people who put money in treasury bills, by people who keep their bank deposits under FDIC insurance limits, and probably even in smaller local credit unions and those types that aren't taking the crazy risks that a lot of the bigger banks and mid-sized banks are. In real estate, there is always a path. People always have to move. They are being relocated for work, for family. We've seen that so much the last few years. And the need of that is not changing. It's not like all of a sudden nobody needs to move, that nobody's life uh, just stops because the economy's not where it needs to be. If you're in real estate, if you need to buy a house, look for an assumable mortgage. Those are affordable. That gets around the unaffordability problems we have right now. USDA, if you're not in a big city, they have 1% and 4% mortgage products called USDA Direct. If you're an agent or if you're somebody in the business, you need to know both of those things. You need to know about assumable mortgages. You need to know about the USDA Direct programs at 1 and 4%. Those break through the affordability problem. You can move product that way. If you work in technology or in startups, the zero interest rate policies of the past are gone. It is no longer a invest a bunch of money in something, sell it to the next person as quick as possible, and leave them holding the bag. That world is gone. It's about profitability now. Extend your ramp till you can be profitable and focus on that, because a profitable business can survive forever. It's the business that's losing money that goes away when times are tough. There is peace found in these decisions. If you know the way around the chaos in the investment sector, if you know the way around the chaos in real estate, the chaos in the startup business world and in technology, and the people who spend every day trying to change the future, if you understand how you can bring peace, you're stepping out of the shadow and into the light. Now is not a time to fear. It's a time for hope, for goodness, for joy, for excitement. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have to roll your sleeves up, and you're going to have to look forward when every single cell in your body is screaming to turn around and watch what happened before, to repeat what worked before in the world that will never return. No, do not give in to fear. Do not give in to chaos. Those motivations that seek to kill, steal, and destroy are not what you should listen to. You want life, and life more abundant. And I don't know about you, but I'm sick of being in the dark, and I'm ready to walk in the light. Until next time.